Improbable rears up from the plain, standing tall in the rarefied sky. Once we crawled along its base, it seemed these cliffs could never be climbed. Unattainable heights they tower above, drive the bravest man to give up. We know it has been scaled before, but how? Can you tell me, do you comprehend? Look around the other side, and you will reach a distant land. Who would have thought that you would find a gradual ascent? It's a place you might never see. Maybe at a different time, chance brings opportunity. Tough, rise up, go until I reach the distant land. Our path seems far below, down the trail.
And hello again, YouTube people. That's you, primarily, I would guess, guitar players who have nothing better to do than look at other people play stuff. Yeah, I do that too, so I'm sorry. Yeah, we're all the same, come on. We like to look at the nice stuff and look at, oh, what amps does he have in the background? Well, the one in the front is the one we're concerned about right now. Actually, that one. That little, very tiny little pedal. So we're looking at the Joyo Golden Face. It's an amp simulator pedal from the Ironman series, and there's 5 of them. There's the Clean Glass, the Rushing Train, the Orange Juice, the Golden Face, and the Boogie Master. Of course, we're looking at, we all know, Fender, Vox, Orange, Marshall, and Mesa Boogie. They're not, giving you that sound. Otherwise, everyone would play a tiny little Ironman pedal, but they're going in that direction, and if you're interested in that general kind of tone that these pedals can provide, or these amps can provide, these pedals can get you in that direction, and they do it really well. Now, they're amp simulator pedals. What does that mean? It means you can plug them in directly into an audio interface or a PA, so practice room, whatever, you've got a nice PA there. And they will do a decent job with the built-in speaker simulator. You can turn it on and off, it's always on. And at the end of this video, there is an excerpt from the video that I did where you hear all the pedals direct. Also with a little bit of EQ on it, also with some other cab simulation, so you can hear what you could achieve in a recording situation by using just this pedal as your amplifier. But in this video I want to concentrate on what it sounds like as a stomp box in front of your amp, because they shine. They are beautiful just as a normal distortion pedal. And I was asked before with these types of amp simulators to put them into the power amp section, so into the FX return of your amp, so that you would not have the amp sound, the amp would just be there to make it loud. I tried that on the clean glass, it doesn't work. It's a sound very similar to the direct sound, just not, it's not pleasing. So I'm not going to do that, I'm just telling you don't. It's not worth it. You want the EQ section of the amp to color it a little bit. Now, golden face, very beautiful. It's definitely a British Marshall type sound, which means what can we expect? We can expect good high end, pretty, not piercing, but pretty defined high end. Little bit of a, tiny bit of a scratchy sound. That's, you know, it's, when we talk about a modern American sound, we're talking about a more rounded off high end. And then more a round distortion, and a British distortion is definitely a little bit more aggressive. It's a little bit more, let's call it scratchy, but not in a negative way. And the golden face does this brilliantly. Yeah, anything else we need to look at? Well, let's talk about the setup. Oh, no, sorry. If you haven't seen the other videos, I gotta show you. It comes in a beautiful box, so when you actually open this, it feels like you get a little bit of like jewelry or something. So it's very, very high-end delivery. And it comes with two, let's put it this way, two little black thingies for the bottom, so it comes, you know, naked. And you can actually choose whether you put the Velcro on or the rubber, depending on where you put the pedal. If you have it on a concrete floor, you want the rubber. If you want it on a pedal board, you put the Velcro. And they're actually from 3M, so this is not, you know, some cheap crap. This is really, really nice to put that in the box. A lot of boutique high-end pedals don't give you that option. They sometimes don't even give you feet. Now, this is very nice. Thank you, Joyo. And let's look at the setup that we're testing this with today. You've already heard a lot. If you just want to hear some sounds, you're done. Go away. So, we got the PRS Modern Eagle 2, which I'm using because it's got single coil and humbucker setups, and usually I see, please, you know, don't take my head off for this, I see a Marshall as something, because it has a lot of high end and bite, that you play with a Les Paul type guitar. Of course, people play them with Tallys, with Strats, with Ibanez, with anything, but my instinct would be, I have a Marshall sound, I take a guitar that automatically is rounder and fuller. And of course, the Les Paul with the Marshall is the combination of choice. And I also can give you single coil sounds with this, so we can check out both. It's got a rosewood neck. It's a sweet piece of gear, seriously. So, and that's going into the golden face on my little pedal testing station here. And that's going into the Sir Badger 18, which is going into the cab that belongs to it. That is the Badger 112 cab. It's loaded with a warehouse speaker, a Veteran 30 at 8 ohm. That's going into these two mics that you can see there. And that's an SM57, about 3-4 centimeters from the speaker. And equidistant, exactly the same distance, is an very inexpensive T-Bone RM700 ribbon mic, and both of them are going into two channels on the Universal Audio 4710D preamp, which is going into Fireface 800, And that is going into Cubase 7.5. That's all you need to know. So, we got the clean sound of the amp, which sounds like this. That's not true. When I put on some delay, it's going through my pedal board, you probably hear a combination of the Strymon, El Capistan, and the Timeline. Just something I had going there. So that's the amp right now, front pickup in single coil. Now let's look at the controls. We got level and we got drive, that's pretty clear. We got tone, which is more like a high frequency roll off, maybe a little bit of a boost. So definitely you can get bite out of this thing. All these pedals, all the Ironman amp simulator pedals have a lot of high end reserves. Now there's the voice knob. They used to build, or they're still building, the bigger versions of these amp simulator pedals, where it's called the British. They had a 3-band EQ, which was very effective. You could dial in the mids and do all that stuff. Here you only have the tone control. The voice will kind of give you, that's how they used to describe it, a how old is your amp? Are you playing like an older type of Marshall, which means you go more to the left, or a more modern one? What it does in reality is actually just give you more mids, but not quite, because it also increases the gain. So when you're setting up your sound, you have to use the voice and the drive control in conjunction. So if the voice is more to the left and drive all the way up, you're not getting all the gain out of this pedal. And it has a lot of gain. So let's look at some, more subtle sounds. I just noticed something. Let me try that again. There's the pop. For some reason it wasn't there. These pedals pop. When you turn them off, no. But when you turn them on, there's a very clear pop, which is no problem when you're playing and you're strumming and you're hitting it on the one of where you want to engage the pedal. I don't think you would notice the pop, but by itself, it's very audible. And when you're playing, it's not so bad, but by itself, for me, I really wouldn't care. Okay, so that might be a no-go for some people. I really don't give a flying rat's ass. Flying rat's ass. And of course, true bypass. So, very chunky in the bass, so you gotta be careful not to overload the low frequencies and just make it muddy. But when you crank up the voice a little bit, no chance of that. Let's get the tone up a little bit. a lot of balls, you know? It's very like big ass British balls, without a lot of gain, which is where we're getting. So. Very nice. Seriously. By the way, the knobs are tiny, but they're much better than the little, mini knobs that you see in a lot of pedals now, because they are bigger and they are easier to read. So Joyo did a great job picking the right controls, and very easy to read because they do have the black markings. So let's look at the voice knob and what it does. Let's actually try that with a single coil sound, just to show you. Now we're, in as much gain as this puppy will give you. Let's see what we get. Hamburger. Very on the dot. No, I don't want to say no mud, but there's a lot of low end going on, but it is very precise. So it's beautiful for riffs where you need that, so on. You can tell. That pedal is fun. Let's turn on some delay and lead it up. Hey. Well, I think you get the point, okay? And I think they will retail somewhere between 50, 60 euro. And very, very tiny, very convenient. And you want to know what it sounds like direct? Well, I'm going to tag this on and say goodbye right now. And you can hear it in many different configurations recorded. See ya. Only 2 more to go. Here we have the golden face, which is of course, our version of the Marshall here. I really like this pedal. I tried it in front of an amp. It's great. By itself, it's tight and definitely gives you that, British sound if you play with it a little bit. So the direct sound will give you this. Okay, and now, like on the other pedals, we are using the Millenia from Universal Audio and Brainworks to roll off 10 dB at 10K just to get that high fizzly direct sound a little bit under control with a little bit of room to give it depth, and that's what it sounds like. So moving on to the built-in amp simulator in Steinberg's Cubase 7.5, which is called the VST Amp Rack. And of course, since we're dealing with a British, Marshall type sound, we're going to pick a 412 Plexi speaker, which is going to give us a lot of low end. But let's see what it sounds like. Again, no amp, it's on no amp, as you can see here. Well, their 412 is not really, it's not convincing me. But let's see what Native Instruments has put in Guitar Rig with their 412. So we got the modern 412, we don't want that. We're gonna go for the V2 version here. Hello dog, how are you doing? Bruno just came in. So, here we're gonna go and listen to Native Instruments. Same track again. Okay, and the Ocean Way on the 412 setting, close mic, but also room mics. Let's see what that sounds like. So now we listen to a track by itself again. Sorry, you have to listen to that several times. I don't care. So as you can see, just some background guitars, and we're gonna smack some power chords on that. Neon green is direct. This is again through the Ocean Way 412.